Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. Final score, Ireland 27, England 22. It looks a bit closer than it probably was because Ireland had the game all but wrapped up quite a while before the finish. But a late flurry from England, two late tries, did give them a very, very important bonus point. And that will be huge for them going into the rest of the Six Nations. It was a bit of an interesting game. England just ran out of fuel. They were there throughout the game. They started better. They were ahead. They were playing well. They were up at the break, but they just ran out of fuel. They ran out of momentum. And Ireland didn't panic. I think that's a big thing. And Simon Easterby, who's the interim head coach, will probably talk about the fact that it's so important that when things aren't going your way, you don't panic. You go back to your systems. You go back to what you know, you trust, and you get the job done. And that's what Ireland did. They hung in there when things weren't going well. And eventually in the second half, things started to open up. They started to find more ways into the game, and they were just patient at the end of the day, and the patience paid off. And yeah, a bit of a late flurry towards the end makes it look a little bit better from an England point of view. But England, I think the main takeaway is that they could have won that game and didn't. That for me needs to probably be the big thing. The fact that they were there and thereabout, but I think very much showed that there are some players who just aren't quite ready to be playing at this level, and I think that Caden Murray, for example, scored a try on debut, but struggled in and around the field. And you can see there's definitely talent in this England side. To be fair, even on the Irish side, I think Sam Prendergast had a really tough day. I think we'll see Jack Crowley back in a starting position next week. But a good clash is the main thing. A nice close clash in the end. But before we sort of break the game down, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Let's have a look at it, shall we? So it all started very well for Ireland. For England rather. Caden Murray getting a try on debut in just the 8th minute. Brilliant start for him. And Marcus Smith adding the extras. Then Marcus Smith got a yellow card due to just pressure, basically. Ireland all over England. England conceding, I think it was about 4 or 5 defensive penalties in a row. And then the 6th one, Marcus Smith got his marching orders in the 24th minute. Gibson Park, brilliant individual work from him. One missed tackle. England defended really well, but one missed tackle right up against the fringes. And ball back inside, and Jamison Gibson Park, you don't want to give him too much space. You really don't, because he's absolutely electric. And cut back inside, went over, and that was the big moment for Ireland to get back in the game. But a really silly penalty just before half time allowed England to then extend their lead to 5 points. And at half time, the halftime conversations would have been interesting, to be perfectly honest. It would have been interesting to see what the coaches would have said, because England would have been on top. And so, from a Steve Borthwick point of view, he would have been probably very positive in his halftime review, and basically saying that just about doing the same things again. Simon Easterby, his point probably would have been, come on, back to basics. Let's not panic. Go back to what you're good at. And then we saw what they're good at. And that was 3 unanswered tries. Bundy Aki in the 51st minute, Ty Burn in the 63rd minute, Dan Shear, and all very characteristic Irish tries, especially, that Ty Burn, the 3-man sort of running at the defence, one to the right, one to the left, drawing that the 2 defenders wide. Straight through the gap went James Lowe, inside ball to Ty Burn. Dan Shear as well, just a bit of space out wide, but that Bundy Aki finish was also special. Very, very special. And then right at the end, Curry going over, and then Freeman in the 81st minute, Marcus Smith adding in extras. So they come away with the bonus point, which is a good thing for them. Whether it's going to be enough for them to really be competitive in the Six Nations, I mean, we'll see how much that bonus point matters later on. In terms of the general stats, let's have a look over here. So penalty apiece, 4 tries to 3. Conversions, I'll tell you what, Sam Prendergast didn't kick particularly well off the tee, just 33%. More carries though for Ireland, more line breaks, and more possession. Just more territory though. They played in the right parts of the field, which was good to see. Set plays though, I thought Ireland were pretty flawless. We're flawless. 100% for the scrums, 100% of the line-out wins. England, the scrums were pretty good, and the line-outs where we thought they might struggle, they were actually alright. Just losing the 1 or 2 restarts were quite messy, to be honest. But on attack, not much difference between the two teams. I think the big thing is obviously discipline, and England right towards the end just kind of capitulated, to be honest. Their discipline was really poor, conceding far too many penalties, and just not good enough. Jamison Gibson Park topping and dominant tackles is one of the weirdest stats you'll probably see in rugby, but very good. Ben Carey, Josh van der Fleer with some good tackle stats there. James Lowe, lots of line breaks. Caden Murray up there. James Lowe had another strong game, even despite the fact that he wants to try and get into a fight every 3, 4, 5 seconds. Ireland will be relieved, I think. It's a big win, and deserved. To get a bonus point against England is big. We're talking about probably 2 of the 3 contenders, maybe Scotland with an outside shot. So to get a bonus point win is big for them, and they need to understand it is big, and they need to celebrate that, and then look at why weren't they good enough in the first half. Ireland are not a side that traditionally start poorly. They usually start very well, so that was quite uncharacteristic. It was good for them in that the class kind of, the cream rises to the top type of vibe, and they got over the line, but it wasn't a perfect performance. England, on the other hand, they'll be looking at thinking, we should have won that. They'll be kicking themselves, to be honest, because they should have won it, could have won it. And Mario Itoje, I think, will be very frank about the fact that they competed with one of the best sides in the world for a long time in the game. If it wasn't for that sort of 20-minute period where they just kind of fell off, they could have gotten a result out there. So lots of lessons for England. For Ireland, it's job done. On to the next weekend. Six Nations could be very interesting. We saw Scotland there not being at their best today, or Italy very good. France have definitely looked like the form side this weekend, but Ireland show their class at times. They're still that world-class side there, even without Andy Farrell. Be interesting to see how they go on as the season progresses. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.